Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to my midlife crisis. We are back from Detroit. We are back from Auto Europe Automotive Group in Birmingham, Michigan, from checking out the Lotus Emira GT4. What an epic experience. I cannot thank that crew enough for their hospitality. But it didn't stop after that video. Once we were done, these guys kept it up. They took me out to one of Michigan's coolest auto enthusiast communities, M1 Concourse. This place has everything. Full track, go-karts, every garage condo, event venues. It is an auto enthusiast paradise. And they took me on a unique one-off tour of an epic garage condo. And as we were going through this condo, I was thinking to myself, you know what? I wonder if I'll ever be able to afford something like this. Someplace where I can keep my cars, I can work on them, I can go to the track, I can hang out with my friends, and just be in a place with like-minded enthusiasts and just, you know, engulf myself in this car culture and be around like-minded people. And like, how could I ever afford this? These things are like $500,000 and up. When we were going on the tour, Nathan, you know, kind of said something that just sparked in my brain. You don't have to buy one of these by yourself. You could get with other like-minded enthusiasts.
Salute me, familia. Salute.
Go on it together and then share the garage condo. So it's not just a burden for one person or a purchase for one person. So I'm thinking like, maybe this is the better way to actually go in on a garage condo, because y'all can store your cars there together. You can do construction together. You can share the cost. You can share the environment, and you're going to be with people that you're going to be hanging out with anyway. So it kind of made perfect sense. So tell me down in the comments down below, do you think that buying a garage condo with partners, with friends, is a worthwhile endeavor? Is it a good investment? Is it worth your time, your energy, and your money, and your passion? And so tell me what you think down in the comments below. But regardless of that, you got to check out this one hell of an epic garage condo. One of the best I've ever seen. M1 Concourse.
Yes, sir.
Michigan's finest. Garage condos, track. This is your secret place, your happy place?
Yeah.
What do we got in here? Oh, all the good stuff. 3RS.
Yes, sir. All good.
Check your...
You just put a new battery in it.
All right, give me the rundown here.
Yeah. GT3 RS, YSAC. We got a normal GT3. Two more Club Sports. So the blue one that was backed by our GT4 race car, that's a full-blown competition. This one's just known as like a track day, so it has, you know, ABS and everything like that, just normal powered brakes, not manual brakes as the blue one does. And then this green one back here, the livery,
it's got the same livery you use.
Yeah, same livery that we use. Basically WT sponsors them, same spots, everything like that. This is, we call this like, it's like a hybrid. So it's a normal GT4 Club Sport, but it has some track day components from this car, has some competition stuff from the blue car. It's got some Manthey Racing parts on there. So it's weird. It's got like the Manthey Racing ducts here. You can see kind of back there and everything.
Nice. You got the proverbial pit mobile here.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone around here either has like Mokes or golf carts, Honda Ruckuses, and the monkeys, as we like to call them, are huge around here, which is pretty cool.
I love the fact that you guys have. So these are the bend pack stackers.
These, I don't think they're bend packs. I don't remember what we put in.
Oh, okay. I love how they're just freaking single post.
Yeah, well, we did it so then we can put the tires there and everything else.
Yeah, you're not losing everything. All right, so we got a Vantage up here.
Yeah.
Nice.
Vantage. There you go.
There's your 430.
There's your 430 automatic.
Proverbial Rosa Corsa.
Yeah.
So GT3 991.
Yeah.
.1.
Yep.
Got your bathroom back there. So this came built like this?
No.
Okay.
Built it out.
You guys did all this.
Yeah. Yeah. Built it out. Yep. And then upstairs.
Very cool. I love how you guys put all of this into the floor. You got the logos actually. Yeah,
so there's three different guys sharing the garage.
Okay.
And everything like that. That's what a lot of guys do. They'll have like individual guys that buy garages, but for a lot of people it's just like, you know, we all share cars. Like 3 guys own this.
Really?
Yeah. They just split them because some guy was like, look, I only want to drive it 2 or 3 times a year. Other guy would be like, oh, I'm going to drive it a couple more times, you know, stuff like that. So a lot of
crazy.
guys will share cars, know each other on cars, stuff like that.
That's so weird. It's kind of foreign to me. I don't know anybody that's sharing cars in Texas. Wow. That's one hell of a place to put it. Is that a Ducati?
Yeah.
Wow.
Another bathroom.
Yeah. Jeez. Yeah, somebody put some money into this condo.
Pretty cool, right? The sink and everything.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Full shower.
Yep, full shower. There's another full shower downstairs.
Transmission sink.
Yep. I just did one for a gentleman that has a garage here. We gave him an old Lotus Esprit V8 engine, and we redid all of it, found all the parts, and he made a bathroom sink out of it. So it's got the belts, it's got the oil filter housings, it's got everything. He's got a conference table with Ferrari old flywheels, all from upstairs in my parts area. He came up there and went through all of it, and then he put all the plexi through it.
Dude, you got the simulator up in the conference room.
Yep. Massage table, you know, the massagers, everything like that. Conference room for the guys, for their companies, if they want to bring employees here and everything.
You got the living space, and you got the view. Oh, so this opens up?
Yeah, so this will open up all the way, and then you have the railing here. You can watch the track. This is the back straightaway part, which is pretty cool. So this is where you get the high speeds coming back here, coming out of the hairpins and that kind of stuff, all the way down. Super cool.
That is so cool.
TV, so when the F1 races are going on, guys will be on the simulator. We'll have this. Nice day, opened up, humidor, you know, smoking
got your
cigars.
drinks and cigars, yeah.
Yeah, doing all that. Parties here. During Woodward Dream Cruise, all the garages will open up them, and there's different sections of the garages will have different things, so one will be in charge of like all the desserts. One of the guys in here owns a whole bunch of like liquor stores, so Maker's Mark will come here, hand out samples. He's got another garage that is one of the 3 stackers down there. He does private tasting, so I did a Macallan tasting. They flew him in with a private chef, came in, full like 7-course dinner, pairing, like everything like that. So it's really cool. The experience here has just been like unbelievable. The guys you meet, we all trade business with each other,
right.
So it's just like, it's really just like the connection.
Networking.
We all share the love for cars.
Yeah, it's the networking. You share passion. You rather share your business and your time with
exactly
that kind of stuff.
That's the thing, and it's a place for everyone to come hang out, you know.
So how many people are in on this one condo together?
3.
3, okay, gotcha.
Yep. Yeah, some of them have like 2. Some guys own just 1 straight up. There's a couple guys that owned, you know, them as groups of like 2 or 3, and then there's condos that always come for sale, and they say, I have all these cars, I want my own space, and they, you know, buy the one next to them.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, we have a couple guys that have bought both of them, killed the wall in between them, and
yeah. One of the garages here, it's actually, there's a lot of cool garages here. One of them has a built-in humidor in the wall. So you literally open up the case, and there's just, I mean, 500 cigars.
crazy.
You know?
Very, very cool. Well, thank you for sharing this with me.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, it's super cool. Like I said, every garage is different. There's some that are like, you know, marble and white everywhere. Some of them are totally rustic, like how this is. Everyone kind of makes it their own. There's guys that will spend $1 million designing their garage.
So what was the base cost of these units?
So when they first opened up, I don't remember how much this one particularly was. I want to say like the single kind of shorter one started at like 300 at one point. Wow. Right now, some of like a garage of this size, based on location, would probably trade for just south of $1 million, if not maybe a little bit more.
Yeah, with track X.
Those 3-story ones, they go for over $1 million.
Jeez.
And some of them have straight pull through, so they own the one in the front and the back, both terraces.
Yeah. In San Antonio, we have one right now that's probably this size, but not this well built out by any means. I mean, it'll come with the mezzanine, it comes with the stairs and all that.
Yeah, it comes as a blank box.
Yeah.
You got to put this all in.
They're running about 410.
Yeah.
Right now.
It's some guys have a garage like this, and then they buy a smaller one, and they just have stackers in there with, you know, all of their spares for their race cars, or, you know, exhaust from the cars that came out, and they just don't want to put it in a garage like this.
Yeah.
This is their, you know, convenience space, and they have another storage unit for cars, and then, you know, a guy will share that with them.
I like this one because it's literally storage on the bottom, party on the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's pretty cool.
where we all pit,
Uh-huh.
where that structure is. And then they built this structure right there for the concourse part, and then also for American Speed Festival. And the garage is down there for the go-kart track. And then they're supposed to be building another phase of commercial garages only that you can rent as companies back where the shed is.
Okay.
So that whole structure up there will be, I don't know how many garages they're building, but they'll be for company only. So if GM wants a garage, they can do that. Ford wants it and they want to test GTDs and Ford GTs out here, they can rent the track, go out, have all the cars there, all the test mules and everything on that. You don't bring them here anymore.
That's pretty cool, right? That is one of the best garage condos I have ever been to. It was like, you know, you store all your toys down below. There was great storage, workroom. You could work on your cars. You can change your tires, get right out onto the track. Go upstairs. You got a business. You can do, you know, hang out with friends, watch movies. Everything opens up. You can see the track. And what about that bathroom? That bathroom was absolutely epic. It was pretty one of the best garage condos I've ever been to. Tell me what you guys think down in the comments below. Would you go in with another group of people and purchase a garage condo together? We've got some pretty epic garage condo communities here in San Antonio, and so I might have to think about this a little bit. Are there some close friends that I would share the cost and the burden of creating an automotive hangout man cave place for myself? I hope you guys liked this garage condo tour. Hopefully in the future we can do a couple more of these. What an epic trip. I'm glad I went to Detroit. I'm glad I went and saw the guys up at Automotive Group in Birmingham, Michigan. Give them a follow on their Instagram. You know, tell them that Midlife Crisis sent you. And until next time, guys, we'll see you later.